He said until you watch the game video, things happen so quickly, you don't really know. And I know you are always in video, and I've asked the other guys, what did you see that was more revealing the second, third, fourth, fifth time in game video?
Well, the main thing is our transition defense. We got to give ourselves a chance, one, by taking care of the ball. We pointed it out, different situations, better spacing, better timing on screens, better passes, seeing two bodies in front of you move it. All those situations that we reverted back to last night that we felt like we had corrected, gives our defense a chance to get back. I think I saw a number where it was when we got back in half court and held them, in half court play was like 30%. Mm-hmm. So our whole goal and their whole goal is to push it and get it down quick in transition. Our goal is to not stab in the backcourt, first 3 steps, sprint back. And if you're big, load to the ball, get the ball, help get the ball stopped. So that's our number one goal, schematically.
Offensively, Kyle was talking about them just being sped up just a little bit, like getting. How do you combat that?
Well, one thing, Michael, is the fact that they ambushed us at the beginning of the game. We talked about it to nauseam how they were going to come out, which they should, backs against the wall, physical, hitting us, bumping us, hitting us in the head, everything that they did, which they should have done, and I would tell our guys to do. But we got back on our heels at the beginning of the game and never recovered. And then once we did, we were frenetic. We made some out-of-character passes and plays that we normally don't make. Cal, Corey, DeMar. So again, I think that's what he's talking about, sped us up. We took some tough shots that we could have made another pass, an extra pass to open people, and everybody tried to do it on their own instead of involving everybody, moving the basketball, sharing the ball, getting it to the weak side. And when we did that, we got good looks. Not all of them went in, but we got good looks. I think we had, 7 or 8 opportunities, that 11-point lead to cut it, and I thought we got in a frenetic pace and mode and were patient enough to make the next pass, to set a solid screen. And that's what we talked about today, and we're going to work on tomorrow.
Dwane, how frustrating is that for you when you know that your guys know what the message is, what you've been preaching for 2 days in practice and everything else, and then it's out the window a minute, 2 minutes into the game?
It's not it's part of the game. I mean, that's human nature, I think, more than anything else. You want your guys to react differently, but human nature, when teams play, because they were playing all out. I mean, it wasn't anything special. They were double teaming, just kind of randomly rotating out of their double teams, but they were playing the first quarter of the game. They set the tone, the way the game was going to be played. And the officials allowed it. I don't think we adjusted to the officiating the way we should. They let a lot of grabbing, holding, hitting go, and we've got to adjust to that. We've got to play the way the game is being officiated, whether attacking it offensively or playing that way on the defensive end.
They made the line change, Turner in for Allen. How do you feel that played out in Game 4, and does that change the way you approach the power forward position at all?
No, I don't think that had an effect. I thought the guy that had the most effect on the game and didn't score a lot of points was Monte Ellis. His speed of pushing the ball down the floor, getting down the floor, impacted the game as much as anything else. We have to look at that, Josh, at the matchups in that situation. Especially when he's at the 5. I thought Jonas had trouble getting back to him. He really didn't hurt us, but had some really good looks. So we got to make sure we understand where we should be in our pick and roll coverage when he's at the 5 more so than at the 4. Because when you have something like that, you also give up something on the other end, and we got to make sure we take advantage of that. And I've got to do a better job of making sure we're putting Scola and also Pat in position to take advantage of that.
Their ability to run and get out in transition, how much have they changed in that regard? In a lot of ways, even going smaller this year, they're still the same physical team, but have they gotten quicker? Have they kind of sped up the pace a little bit?
Well, Ellis and Lawson not as much as Ellis, but Ellis has added the speed to their transition game, and they can spot up George Hill. They can spot up those other guys, Paul George. He's the difference as far as their speed is concerned. They space C.J. Miles, so they space you out in transition to get you all strung out. Now he's attacking the rim, kicking it out. So our whole, it's nothing that physically we can't handle, Josh, that we haven't handled. You know, just on the shot, on the raise, first 3 steps, turn and sprint back and load to the ball. I think that's half the battle right there.
Is this series hard to get a feel on just before you get?
No, again, the team that played the hard, I know it's simplistic and it's probably too simple for me as a coach to explain, but the team that played the hardest in the 2 games that were won, they outfought the other team. They scrapped, they fought, their backs were against the wall, they played in the desperate mode. And I don't think we played in the desperate mode last night. They did. And, you know, and I've said it all year. If we don't play desperate, if we don't play hungry, if we're not the hungry team, we struggle. And we got to play the desperate team, the hungry team. And yet last night should have been a good lesson for that.
Dwane, I know you've talked quite a bit about this already in this series, but do you think you've seen, I don't think you've seen the best from DeMar clearly, but have you seen the best from either DeMar or Kyle in 4 games?
No, we haven't. They've done one, I'm going to give Indiana credit, they've done a good job on DeMar and Kyle, but we haven't seen their best. They know that, and it may not be by scoring points, it may be moving the basketball. It may be helping defensively. You know, yesterday, Jan Mahimi scored, 22? And, you know, George Hill had whatever he had. So it wasn't Paul George, but Paul George was facilitating, and that may be what DeMar has to do. And we talked about that. You know, he may have to be a facilitator. Again, he's our leading scorer. He's got to take the shots that are there. But in other situations where they're taking him out, you know, and he understands that, is move the ball. He's got to do that.
Do you think it's wearing on him?
I don't think so. No, I don't. You know, it's three. It's a
He says it's not.
It's a 3-game series, and you know, we're all in it. I didn't think we were going to come in and sweep Indiana, but you know, I think he's in it for the 3-game series. You know, and we all have to adjust. We have to adjust and make adjustments. You know, in our game and in our approach, in our schemes, to combat what they're doing.
It's like you said, it's a 3-game series, and you have home court. Do you feel like you're in the advantageous position?
No, I don't care if we play on the moon, Michael. If we don't come out and play desperate and play like our backs against the wall, hit first. We got hit first all night last night. They pushed us out of the way. Their guards pushed us around. Everything that they could do, they did physically. They hit first. And if we don't do that tomorrow, I don't care where we play, it's not going to be an advantage for us.
Has the challenge been manufacturing that desperate mindset when necessarily the situation doesn't call for desperation?
Well, no, you did. No, I've said it all year, Josh. We have to play desperate. We have to be the hungry team. 2-1, we haven't done anything. We just got home, you know, got home court back. You know, we gave up home court in the first game. So, you know, we still should be the desperate team. Our franchise, our team, we haven't done anything. We should be hungry going out there. And I thought we got to that, but it was a little bit too late. You know, once they hit us in the head and punched us and knocked us down and got us on our heels, by the time we got back and started fighting back, it was a little late.